Okay, so in the previous class we started Parliament and we discussed Rajya Sabha. In the previous class we discussed about composition of Rajya Sabha, representation of state in Rajya Sabha, UT in Rajya Sabha, nominated member we discussed qualification and as well as disqualification. Okay, now we will discuss oath and affirmation. A person who is elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, that person has to make or subscribe oath and affirmation. Okay, and who will administrate the oath and affirmation? President. Okay, or any person who is appointed by President to make this oath and affirmation. Please remember, oath and affirmation is very, very important. Once a person is elected, after election, oath and affirmation. Without oath and affirmation, if the person is attending the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha, the person will get the punishment in terms of penalty. Okay, that we will discuss. So, until unless a person who becomes a member of Rajya Sabha will not subscribe the oath and affirmation, that person will not get any parliament privileges. That person is not allowed to attend the proceedings of the house. Okay, which house? Rajya Sabha only. Okay, so first oath and affirmation. By chance, there is a provision also, penalty of 500 rupees per day. 500 rupees per day. Okay, so what is that? If a person, okay, before oath and affirmation, before taking the oath and affirmation, if a person attending the proceedings of Rajya Sabha, then 500 rupees per day penalty. Or apart from that, a person before taking oath and affirmation voted in the Rajya Sabha, that is also. And next, if a person he know that he is disqualified for a member in Rajya Sabha, but still voting. Here we are talking about voting only. Na? If a person vote, okay, if a person vote, the person will get a penalty of 500 rupees per day on 3 cases. What are those 3 cases? If he has not taken oath and affirmation, or a person is disqualified, that person knows, but still he sat in the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha and voted, then the penalty of 500 rupees per day. Or a person knows that he or she is not allowed to vote, but still that person voted. Then also there is a penalty of 500 rupees per day. In simple language, a member of Rajya Sabha has to pay 500 rupees per day penalty. Okay, when that member vote in 3 cases. What are those 3 cases? When that person is not allowed to vote but voted. But that person is disqualified. He knows that disqualified, then voted. Then the person not taken oath and affirmation and voted. These 3 conditions. In these 3 conditions, the person will be imposed a penalty. That person has to pay penalty of 500 rupees per day. So that's why oath and affirmation is important. Okay. The next, salary and allowances. So in Constitution it is not mentioned the salary of member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, in Constitution that Parliament has empowered to decide the salary and other allowances to the member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, Parliament has to decide. Okay, so the salary of member of Rajya Sabha will be determined by whom? Parliament from time to time. Apart from that, in Constitution also there is no provision for the pension. Salary it is there. What is the provision? Salary will be determined by the Parliament. What about the provision of the pension? There is no provision of the pension to the member of Rajya Sabha in Constitution. But in the year 1976, Parliament provided the provision of pension. It is not mentioned. Please remember, the provision to the pension is not mentioned in Constitution, but Parliament has provided. Apart from the salary, okay, the member of Rajya Sabha also provided with travelling facility, okay, free accommodation, telephone, vehicle advances, medical facility, many things are there. plus to attend one session of the Rajya Sabha also they will get per day allowances of 2000 rupees. Free air ticket and all those things, free accommodation there. Okay, so this is about salary and allowances of member of Rajya Sabha. No, how many days means, for take an example, they are not eligible to vote today. Today they have attended, they have voted. 500 rupees penalty. Then tomorrow also they did the same thing, then 500 rupees penalty. Okay, if day after tomorrow also they are doing the same thing means 500 rupees per day penalty. If case is such thing not came till now, if they are continuing like this, what is the provision? It is not mentioned in constitution. And such case also not came till now. Generally they won't do actually. Reality is there. No? Reality, once a person elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, then immediately oath and affirmation will be there. Okay. Then next we have vacancy. So there are certain instances where there is a vacancy to the seat of Rajya Sabha. We have studied vacancy in the seat of President. In the same way we have a vacancy in the seat of Rajya Sabha also. Okay, so there are 5 instances. What are those? Double membership, disqualification, resignation, absence and other cases. So in these cases there will be a vacancy in the seat of member of Rajya Sabha. One by one we will discuss. Double membership. What is the meaning of the double membership? Okay, constitutionally a person cannot be elected as a member of Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. Constitutionally a person cannot be a member of Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha at the same time. Different time it's okay. For example, from 2014 to 2019 member of Lok Sabha, then from 2019 to 2025 member of Rajya Sabha. That is valid. But same time the person cannot be elected as a member of Lok Sabha as well as a member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, if such thing is there, then what will happen? That is mentioned in Representation of People Act 1951. In Constitution it is mentioned that same time a person cannot be elected as a member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But if they elected, then what will be the provision? That provision is mentioned in RP Act 1951. What is that first provision? That if a person elected to both the House of the Parliament, both the Houses of the Parliament, either Lok Sabha or Rajya at a time. If a person at a time, Lok Sabha also elected, Rajya Sabha also elected at the same time, then that person has to intimate within the 10 days. Within 10 days, which house he or she want to continue. Either you want to continue in Lok Sabha or either you want to continue in Rajya Sabha. Within how many days? 10 days. If within 10 days that person didn't confirm, right? So after the expire of the 10 days, automatically that person who was elected for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, okay, that person Rajya Sabha seat will be vacant. That person Rajya Sabha seat will be vacant. You understood? Okay. So that is there. The next, if a sitting member of one house, for example, a person is already a member of Lok Sabha, already a member of Lok Sabha, and he participate as a candidate as the election to the Rajya Sabha. Right, that's what. If a sitting member of one house is also elected to the other house, his or her seat in the first house become vacant. Okay, for take an example, Narendra Modi, he is a member of Lok Sabha, sitting member, and he elected to the Rajya Sabha. At that time, you know, his first seat, first house seat will be in Lok Sabha, that will be vacant. Now you understood? So this is about the at a time election. At a time elected to both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But this is about already a member and elected to the other house. Already a member in one house and elected to other house. That is this provision. And this what do you call? If a person is elected to the 2 seat in the same house. If a person, there is a possibility na, that person can be elected from the 2 seat in the same house. Constituency. Constituency. At that time what will happen? At that time that person has to leave 1 seat. Okay, so these are the provision that it might be happen. Possibilities are there, right? A person can be elected to the both the houses, or a person can be elected to sit in a single house only. At that time, only one seat will be allowed, not the double seat. Okay, so when one seat is allowed, another seat will be vacant. So this we discuss about parliament level. So there is a possibility that MLA also can be elected as a MP, member of Rajya Sabha. At that time, what will happen? So for that also we have a one provision in the RP Act 1951. What is that? Say within 14 days they need to intimate. Okay, so if a person, first of all, a person cannot hold both MLA post as well as MP post. Only one post is required. If such person is elected, he is a person who is MLA, elected as a member of Rajya Sabha. Okay, possibility, no? Probability, possibility. There is a possible. Then is the person has to inform within the 14 days. 14 days that which house you want to continue. Either you will continue in legislature or either you will continue in Rajya Sabha or parliament. If within 14 days that person has not informed, then his seat in Rajya Sabha will be vacant. Understood? Parliament level 10 days. State legislature level how many days? 14 days. Okay, so this is about double membership. The next, disqualification. Disqualification we discussed in depth. Just now we discussed, right? Okay, that constitutional disqualification is also there and statutory disqualification is there. And the disqualification will be decided by whom? President. And the president decision is final. But president will normally take the recommendation of Election Commission of India. One more disqualification is there, anti-defection law. That we will discuss in the coming classes. Okay, if a person disqualified under anti-defection law, then that person disqualified as a member of Rajya Sabha. Regarding disqualification, we have three types. First, constitutional disqualification. Second, statutory. Third, disqualification under anti-defection law. That we did discuss till now. We will discuss while discussing Lok Sabha. Okay, so the person who disqualified under anti-defection, that person shall be disqualified as a member of Rajya Sabha also. Okay, then resignation. Can a member of Rajya Sabha resign? Yes. Okay, a member of Rajya Sabha can be resigned by submitting the resignation letter to the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Right? Submit the letter to the Rajya Sabha. Chairman of Rajya Sabha. You know who is the chairman of Rajya Sabha? Vice President. We discuss. But remember, if a member of Rajya Sabha, submit the resignation, then it depends upon the chairman to accept or not to accept. That means, if the chairman thinks that this resignation is not voluntary, someone compelled, or that resignation is not genuine, at that time, chairman won't accept resignation. That provision is also there. And next, absence. So, we discussed that when there will be a vacancy in the seat of Rajya Sabha, first double membership, second disqualification. We discussed the disqualification. Third, what we discuss? Resignation. Resignation we discuss. Fourth, it is about absent. Okay. For example, you people are attending the regular classes. If you are regular absent, what will happen? TC will be given to you. Right? Take and enjoy. So in the same way, in case of member of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, it is applicable to both. Any member, if a member of Rajya Sabha, who is absent from all its meeting for the period of 60 days. Session is going on. Rajya Sabha session is going on. Meetings are going on, and that one member is continuously absent for 60 days. Continuously absent for 60 days. At that time, that person will be disqualified from that Rajya Sabha. You understood? But that 60 days not included the period of prolonged or urgent. For example, today Rajya Sabha is urgent, and they said after 3 days again we will start. So in between 3 days is there, right? That won't be counted. That won't be counted. Understood? So that is about absenteeism or absence. Other cases. Other cases. What are those other cases? If the election is declared void by the court will deal that one. Okay, whatever the election is there, either it is a malpractices, malafide, court will investigate the case, and the court declared that this election is void. At that time, the person shall be disqualified as a member of Rajya Sabha, or that house expelled that person. If the house expelled that person, or if a person is elected as a president or vice president, then the person has to resign from the member of Rajya Sabha seat. In president also we discussed, if any MP, member of parliament, elected as a president, before entering into the office of president, that person has to resign from the MP post. So same here. Or if any member of Rajya Sabha appointed as a governor of the state, at that time also that person has to resign from the Rajya Sabha. So these are the other things where there is a vacancy of seat in Rajya Sabha. Okay, then next, regarding election, I said, right, court can declare the election as a void. So does constitution mention any procedure? Okay, constitution does not have any procedure to declare the election void, so that a person can be disqualified. But where it is mentioned, then election void, whether a election is fair or not, or is it a void. If election is void, means the person will be disqualified. So in RP Act, Representation of People Act 1951, in that act it is mentioned that, okay, High Court is there. High Court has a power to declare the election to the member of Rajya Sabha void. Okay, simple. If any person who is elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, right, in that election someone says, no, it is a corruption, this thing, that thing, malafide and all those things, case can be filed in High Court. High Court will do the investigation of all those allegations. If it is proven, then High Court will declare the election as a void. Then the person will be disqualified. If the High Court has given declared election as a void, then the party has a aggrieved party is nothing but a person, okay, on whom that High Court has disqualified. High Court High Court declared that his election is void. So that party member can move to the Supreme Court. In short, take an example. If I have elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, but some other people has objection that my election is cheating, malpractices and all those things, they file a case against me in High Court, and High Court proved that no, this is cheating you have done, you should your election should be declared as a void. At that time, what I can do, I can move to the Supreme Court against the decision of High Court. Understood? So this is about the procedure related to the election declared as a void. High Court is having a power, and the appeal can be filed against the judgment of the High Court in Supreme Court by the aggrieved party. Okay, so this is about Rajya Sabha. In next class we will discuss about Lok Sabha.